Hello there, my dear friends, and a warm welcome to you all to our lovely T2 Tavern, where the T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League is underway. All right, 2 rounds of action are already done, and today is the first day of round 3. Yes, indeed, as expected, a lot to offer and a lot to look forward to. And I'm wondering, good to have you all with us. And today, I'm not exactly alone. I have been very happy to be joined by my co-host, Jun.
Oh, thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Wang Dong. It is such a pleasure to be here. It's my first time, in fact, at the T2 Cavern. I must say, I am thoroughly impressed with everything I've seen so far. It's nothing like we've ever seen in the sporting world.
You bet. But Jun, let me ask you, what impresses you most so far?
I have to say, personally, it's the setup itself. Not just the arena, but where the players warm up as well. It reminds me kind of like a museum exhibit. I hope I have a chance to show you exactly what I'm talking about, but let's get straight to the main highlight.
Well put. All right, let's check out, first of all, the standings of the men's and women's individuals and also the team rankings. Check it out right now. Chen Jin'an is taking the lead from Chinese Taipei, and of course, he's been closely followed by Alex Shabayev and so forth. Timo Boll is not exactly far behind either.
Moving on to the bottom half, needing to play catch-up as of now is Xue Fei and Paul Dringhall. However, today they seem like they are more than ready to start strong.
Totally. On the women's side, okay, so far Wang Mengyi of China is taking the lead. She is replacing, of course, Ding Ying right here, followed by her teammates Sun Yinsha replacing Wu Yang.
Bottom half of the women's this round exciting match. Well, leading the teams right now, Team Maze is on top, followed very closely by Team Person, who are hoping to overtake them.
Totally. Of course, Team Person is going to be challenged today by Team Rossi. And that's the first fixture starting right now. The second fixture, of course, featuring Team Maze and Team JJ will take place around Beijing time 7 or local time 7 p.m. So a lot to offer.
T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League. It is Team Person versus Team Rossi.
You bet. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Now, let's warmly put our hands together for Team Person. Led by Jürgen Person, former world champion, and featuring Jun Mitsudani, Joseph Hugh, Matthias Carson, Bernadette Zox, Susasini, Sawate Wu, and last but not least, Wang Mengyi, replacing Ding Ying.
And now the away team, Team Rossi, led by team captain Jörg Roskopf, Dmitry Ocharov, Paul Dringhall, Cheng Yiqing, Elizabeth Samara, Georgina Pota.
Totally, as we said, star-studded lineups right here. Now, equally, let's warmly welcome our referee team right here, featuring Winnie Che of Singapore, and of course, her partner right there, Jane Lee of Malaysia. Welcome.
Team Person versus Team Rossi ahead of this fixture. Let's have a little chat with the team captains. So can I have Jörg Roskopf alongside me? One of the best players ever to come out of Germany.
Gentlemen.
Before we get to your perspective, let's go to Team Person first.
All right, yeah, good to see you. Well, let's throw the questions to them first. Yes, Jürgen, your turn. And it's been a while since I saw you last time. Well, just about 2 weeks. So what were you doing the 2 weeks? And also, what about the team? Are they ready for round 3?
Yeah, I have been resting little, and the team has also been resting little, but they are well prepared now. They have been having training camps at the home ground, so they are fit for fight.
All right, can't wait to check out their form.
Jörg Roskopf, team captain from Team Rossi. Let's talk a little bit about your game plan going into round 3. It's getting tighter, the competition.
Yeah, for sure, but new game. We hope we have some luck today, and our team's well prepared. As Jürgen said, they were home in training camps, and hopefully they practice well and show their best performance today.
I can't help but notice you only have 5 players on your team. Tell us a little bit about what is happening.
Yeah, because of travel issues, my Chinese player cannot show up, hopefully tomorrow, and so that's why we have just 5 players today.
team captain Jörg
Right.
Roskop. The show must go on. Let's get this
You
started.
bet. Let's do the coin toss right now. Winnie, would you please? Red and black, and Jürgen, your turn.
I take black.
Black. Well, you like this color, don't you? All right, let's do that. There you
Black
go.
indeed.
Yeah, great wishes has been granted.
Yeah, and I choose to play menu.
Wang Manyu of China. All right, what a player.
And for Team Rossi, who will be your first player?
My first player will be Georgina Pota.
Awesome choice. Now Team Rossi versus Team Person. Let's get this first match started in this fixture.
Indeed, let's bring the two players on here. Wang Manyu of China and Georgina Porta of
ちょっと
Hungary.
今聞こ
All
えま
right,
せんでし
game
た
one.
ね。
はい
はい。はい、それではワンマンユーですね。
はい、
どうもこちらはポタみたいですね。
そうですね、
はい。ポタが準備してるみたいです。
まあ、ポタ選手も本当に若い時から、まあ、多分私と同世代なんですけど、すごく長く活躍している選手ですね。
そうですよね。アンダー21からシニア両方にね出まくってね。
はい、そうですね。
ヨーロッパでは珍しくスマッシュが打てる選手でしたね。
はい。
はい。そしてまあ卓球界ではね、美人ということでね、
そうです。
かなり人気もありましたよね。
はい、そしてダンスもうまいんですよね、
あ
彼女。
そうですか。
はい
わあダンスは踊ったことないですね、一緒に。はい。まあもう日本の皆さんには、おなじみなってきてると思うんですけどね、この T2、
はい。
24分間のゲームですよね。
はい。
何ゲームマッチということがないんですよね、
はい
24分間のうちに何ゲーム取れるかと
そうですね。
いうこと、そしてその一人一人の取ったゲームを積み重ねてチームのポイントというふうになりますよね。
はい
はい、
そして卓球台もこの真ん中のラインがないんですよ
そうですね、
ね。
センターラインがないんですね。まあなぜかというとダブルス種目がないと
あ、そうです
い
ね。
うことでセンターラインはいらないと
はい。
いうことなんですね。でも私たち卓球選手からするとセンターラインのある卓球台でしか練習したことないので、
そうですね
なんかちょっと違和感感じますよね。
はい、そしてやってる選手もどうなのかなっていうふうにちょっと聞いてみたいですね。
そうですね。まあやってる選手はまあ違和感なくやってるんでしょうね。
はい
でもこれワンマンユーとポタちょっと差がありそうな気がしますけど。
そうですね。
どうでしょうか
最近ワンマンユ選手本当にノリに乗ってる中国のまあ若手選手ですので、まあちょっと力の差は正直あると思います。
そうですよね。はい、じゃあ見ていきましょう。ナイスボール。
でこのスマッシュが珍しいんですよね。
そうですよね。
ヨーロッパ選手の中で
でも今ねワンマンユー取りましたよね。
はい
その次ミスしましたけど。まあマルチボールシステムということですぐこうやってねボールがこう送られてきますので、ちょっと精神的なメンタル的な戦いっていうのはちょっと少なくなってきますね。
そうですよね。
はい。ナイスボール。まあ今のポタみたいにこうフラット打ちといいますかね、
はい
ナックル打ちができる選手ですよね。
そうですね。
はい。
まあ本当最近では珍しいタイプになってきてますね。
そうですね。で若干弱いのが今のフォアハンド
うん。
ですよね。
そうですね。
はい。あれが浮けばスマッシュ打てるんですけど、今みたいに低いとちょっと安定性に欠けます。まあワンマンユーフォアバックフォアバックとこう交互に揺さぶってますね。
はい。
やはりバックばっかり行くのはちょっと危ないということでしょうね。
はい。またちょっとスピードがやはりワンマンユ選手の方が速いですね。
ナイスボール。まあタオルボーイがこうやってタオルを持ってきます。
はい。今までに本当卓球ではなかったような 光景でしたね。
ナイスボール。まあこのポタ選手は、まあ、最近では珍しくバックハンドサービスなんですよね。
はい、
これをフォア前に出していくと。ナイスボール。
宮崎さん、バックサーブ現役の時すごく得意でしたよね。
そうですね、もう本当に
アップダウンのわからないサーブで、
はい、まあ世界で一番うまかったんじゃないですか。
はい、
自分で言うのもなんですけど。
宮崎さんに習っている選手も多かったですからね。
入った。ナイスボール。まあポタのバックサーブに対してね、ワンマンユーやっぱりこう慣れてないというところがあると思いますよね。
そうですね、
はい、
やはりフォアサーブとちょっとタイミング、リズムが違いますからね。
はい、さあポタついていってますね。
そうですね。
ナイスサーブ。
少し伸びるようなバックサーブでしたね。
そうですね、ちょっと全身回転が強くかかってましたよね。
はい、
ナイスボール。
今は作戦ですね。
そうですね、
ハーフバウンドでサーブを出してそれをかけさせたのを狙い撃ちですね。
そうですね、このスマッシュが入ればね、さすがのワンマンユーも取れませんよね。
はい、
ナイスボール。ちょっと巻き込みサービスフォア前行ってたんですけど、ちょっとノーマルサービスに変えましたね。
はい、
またそうですね。
はい、
ナイスボール。さあこれ重要ですからね、ワンマンユー全部バックハンドでレシーブするでしょうね。フォア前。
ナイスボール。
実はね、この試合前にワンマンユーがパーソンと練習してたんですね。
そうですね。
もうしきりにバックサーブを出してくれということで練習してましたよね。
やはり警戒してますね、
はい、
このバックサーブ。うまい。
今のはボンミスですね。
相当力みましたね。
はい。
ナイスボール、ストレートですね。
はい、また巻き込みサービスに変えてきましたね。この巻き込まれると今みたいにフォアにしか打てないんですよね、ちょっと出たサービスがね。
それも計算でしたね。
はい。ちょっとネットにつきましたね。まあポタにとってはアンラッキーです。はい、タオルボーイが来ました。
このバックがポター選手伸びるんですよね。
そうですね、フラット打ちがフォアハンドあるもんでバックが余計に伸びるんでしょうね。
そうですね。
はい。さあマッチポイント、ゲームポイントか。はい、バックハンドできた。取りました。やはりワンマンユーといえども、この初めての対戦といいますかね、ちょっとこう独特な卓球ですよね、ポタはね。
そうですね。
やはりそれにちょっと慣れてないという感じですよね。
はい。最近では少ないバックサーブ、そしてフォアのスマッシュっていうところにちょっと今戸惑ってますかね。
そうですね。最後1本だけバックハンドチキータきましたよね。それまで全部フォアハンドですよね。フォアハンドでこうレシーブすると弱気なプレー。
So then, first game done and dusted, and we're quickly back with just, about 17.5 minutes on the clock still.
1-0.
Putta standing over the right-hand side of the table, choosing to play another backhand. She is more comfortable in the backhand wing.
That's a good start from Wang. Battle at the table with the spin. Well, no one's holding back here. Putta not getting the best of the exchanges.
Wang just mixing up the play, playing into both the backhand and the forehand areas, trying to keep Putta guessing.
Certainly entertaining stuff. They're both very aggressive players. They're not going to be standing back and chopping this ball, are they? See how much spin is imparted. See the logo just rotating. It's a good comeback from Putta.
The style of Putta here might not suit Wang that much. I very much doubt she has played against this kind of style in China. A lot of the players are more open. Putta plays with a little bit more down spin, a little bit more flatness in the ball.
3-5.
Spin on that, went long, and it's a good position for Wang at the moment, but Putta has the serve. Oh, yes. Well, Wang was dominating from the table, but what a forehand from Putta. Set up really from the shot before from Putta. Excellent work.
Well, even though Putta missed that, she did well to keep the ball low on the table. Many players do suffer when it hits the net cord.
Little look to the team captain, Jurgen Roskopf. Sort of gave her the look back to say you're still doing the right thing, keep going. Hit it a bit late, didn't she?
Interesting though, both players seem to have come out with similar tactics, trying to flick off the service into the backhand, then trying to spread the ball all over the table, just creating a little bit of variety in the spin.
It's certainly very entertaining for the crowd that have gathered here in the cavern. Well, 5 game points for Wang, who's just had the better of the exchanges in this second game. There it is, wrapped up, one apiece now then, with what, just over 13 minutes to go in this first game here in the T2 Round 3 Championship. We're in JB, just across the border from Singapore, of course, at the Pinewood Studios. The cavern is cavernous, I think it's fair to say. And it's you know, one of the Pinewood Studios around the world, of course, that is looking after our T2 needs. We have a minute timeout after the first 2 games. That's the only timeout, apart from a minute timeout, that each captain can take. The idea, of course, to keep these matches skipping along. We have 2 sessions today. JJ, Team Mays, to come up in our evening session. So then, who will prevail here? I think we can squeeze at least 2 more games in before the clock and the buzzer comes in.
Just from our angle there, the ball dipped again. Didn't really bounce and meet the racket of Wang.
Yes, we're in a nice position. Just behind Wang here. You can see the serve and you can see the deviation, and there is so much deviation from these top class players. Great bird's eye view you had there of these two battling it out.
A little bit of a change of service there from Kota, choosing to play half long in the forehand.
Yeah, Jorgen Roskopf off, out of his seat. Yes, he says. Such a nip and tuck match, this one, and this game as well. I wouldn't like to call it at all, but dominant and then being dominated in turn. Not happy on that point.
An interesting tactic used by both players in this game, serving half long on both sides, inviting the other player to attack, trying to get into open rallies from the start.
Porter on the wrong end of the last couple of exchanges, but she's still going for it.
Next, 5-3. Yes. 5-4.
Such small margins. Going for the forehand, hitting the net cord, and of course just ballooning away.
And of course error there from Wang, not following through on her right hip, catching the ball a little bit too hard, not brushing from behind the ball.
Getting increasingly frustrated. It's just not coming off for her at the moment. And they need the points, Team Rossi, bottom of the 4 teams with 67 games won. Team Mays top with 90, then Team Pearson, of course, involved at the moment with 88. Team JJ with 76, but that can all change in the next couple of rounds, of course.
Playing a little bit flatter off the receive, trying to kill the spin, trying to give Wang less to use.
And a timeout has been called. I think that's from Team Rossi. It's been a really tight, hasn't it? A really tight match, this one. A great match to start off with, actually. Porter, 7th in the rankings at the moment, with 12 games won. In fact, there are quite a few tight battles in the table with men and women, where obviously games won is what matters, and then the game's difference comes into play if you have the same amount of games won.
But the return is good, yeah? Not to flick. Yeah, crucial play short.
And now service, look, if you can do this, good, yeah? You make wood to backhand, but quick. Okay, good. Come on.
Really important point for Wang to get within touching distance of Porter. Just 9 minutes on the clock. Into the body of Porter, brings Wang level. And this match, as you can see, very evenly poised. Nice from Porter. Perfect point from her. And a bit of a roll bounce back in that point. Now Wang has the serve but is under pressure.
Porter just catching that ball a little bit too much contact. Didn't take her time, tried to rush into it, take the ball early, it just didn't catch.
9-0.
Interesting how Wang is winning these last 3 points from the timeout, choosing to push. Tactics from Person though said use your backhand flick. It's a little bit surprising that she's choosing to deviate.
Yeah, not doing what she's told, but it's got Wang into a good position here. And it's got her the second game for her in this third game of this match with still 7:22 on the clock. Well, she'll be very pleased with that because it was Porter who looked favourite to take this third game. Porter, you suspect, a very up and down, very confidence-led player. Here's our crowd that have come in on Wednesday. The crowd tends to grow as we go through the week. We've got 4 days of action. 2 sessions today, 2 sessions tomorrow, and a session each Friday and Saturday. So lots of table tennis to come here in southern Malaysia in the third round of T2 table tennis. And 6.5 minutes on the clock. We might get 2 games in if they get a move on.
Tactics are clear from Wang, choosing to play into the body, mixing the spin, mixing the speed, trying to keep Porter guessing.
2-1.
I think Porter will take anything at this point. Slice of luck there. Haven't seen that backhand for a while, but she certainly nailed that one.
Just bad placement from Wang there. Maybe should have played more into the forehand side.
Here's the backhand again. 3 very crisp versions of it. Back into this game all of a sudden.
3-0.
Seen on the World Tour with Porter, she very much uses the aggression and frustration mostly to her advantage, so this set will be hugely important for her.
Oh yes, great point. And in the end, Wang just outfoxed Porter.
See grip balance on her legs as she plays every ball there. Porter just off balance in the last one.
3-5.
Called. And you see why
much better.
Putter
His forehand, good.
needs a bit of advice and a bit of encouragement here. I don't think Wang does.
Yeah, okay, she played fantastic.
18 years of age, coming in for the world #1, Ding Ning. And she's not bad herself. It's a table tennis factory coming out of China, of course.
First soft, you have the chance on the second to continue and go on and follow up this fast one. Yeah. If you play fast the first one, okay, then she's in the game. So if you push half long, she missed quite often this one. Yeah. So service from in the corner, and then if you start not too fast, start soft on this one. Yeah. Come on, team. Up, come on.
Advice from Jörg Roscoff, the German Rossi, of course. The team Rossi. Can Porter pick up on what he was saying and come back here?
7-3.
So important, the first point after the timeout to gain momentum again, but the momentum is still with Wang. Wang choosing to play a little bit slower, a little bit more spin on the ball. It's very effective, doesn't matter what height the ball goes over the net. If it's spinny, Porter won't be able to hit through it.
3-9.
Add a tower break, of course, for 6 points. And a very quick one. I'll bring the towel to you in this version of the game.
4-9.
No wandering around to find it in the bin, the towel bin. We get on with it in T2.
10-4.
Well, if it carries on like this, then we won't have the kill zone game. We'll just continue and carry on.
11-4.
And there we go. There's the third game for Wang. 3-1 now. She leads. Just a little bit too powerful for the Hungarian.
See a little side and top spin serve there from Wang. Just trying to play a little bit slower at the minute, trying to create more spin instead of trying to compete fast against Porter.
Fastest game of the 4. That one 4 minutes and 26 seconds. 2:23 on the clock as they're called to the table by our Singaporean referee. And we'll just keep going until the clock runs out. You'll hear the buzzer. That point in the middle of the buzzer will count. And whoever's leading at the end will take the game.
Little side and top serve to start us off.
And as we've been informed, the referees have been told to be very, very harsh on anyone trying to time waste to maintain their advantage in these closing minutes. At the moment, I don't think Wang's going to need it. Gets the ball straight away, back to the table. We'll be keeping an eye on the clock, as will Wang. This is the beauty of T2, it's a short game, but I tell you what, if you can win this, 3-2 sounds a lot better than 4-1. It's running away from Porter at the moment. She started so strongly in that first game.
Bit of deception there in the serve, just changing the angle of the racket last minute. A little bit more backspin with side spin in that one.
Yeah, I don't think there's much comeback as we look at our Japanese commentary colleagues brought in, because we have a lot of Japanese fans watching on Facebook, YouTube, you name it, enjoying Yeah, table tennis here.
Lovely little spin up, change of angle from Kota, turning and playing down the line.
This will be the last point. Just not able to get back. I don't think we quite got that point away. It was in the air, but not played. It's academic at the end anyway, because it is Wang Mengyu who takes that last game quite convincingly as well. And that's how it has finished. 4-1 for Team Person, and for Wang Mengyu, the athlete brought in for Ding Ning, carries on where Ding Ning left off. Her points will go towards Ding Ning, and they are top of the women's standings at the moment.
See, points won on receive, Wang 58%, Georgina Pota 38%, Pota going a little bit too much on the forehand and backhand flicks, didn't really land too many of them.
Yeah, it was an interesting match, wasn't it? Pota certainly started very strongly and looked the match for the Chinese athlete, but as the game wore on, the Chinese athlete Wang just started to assert her authority. Some great exchanges, though, it has to be said, between the two of them. We had some very entertaining table tennis in this first match of the first day of round 3. Great forehand. We're talking a lot about the backhand of these two players, but they played great all-round table tennis. And in the end, it was Wang Mengyu who prevailed 4-1.
To me right now after her victory， 曼玉还是祝贺你今天在比赛中旗开得胜，但是比赛还是打得比较艰苦。一开始的时候你是输了一局，最后怎么调整心态反败为胜的？
首先我觉得还是不能着急吧，因为这个 T2 的赛制是有时间，所以不能去想输一局，然后特别着急的去赢，所以还是希望自己能够一分一分去打吧。
这已经是第2轮了，是不是越来越适应这个 T2 的这个环境和这样的一种氛围，包括它的这种节奏了？
对这个时间的节奏还是比较适应，但是今天的场馆感觉有一点，可能是不像上次一样，再来的时候有一点点不适应。
Anyway, job well done。但是很多人今天是特意为你而来的。你看这边有这个从中国赶来的为你的这个加油的粉丝，这边还有很多喜欢王曼玉的，有没有啊 ？OK， 跟他们说2句话吧。说什么呀？
谢谢新加坡的朋友，然后谢谢你们的支持吧，包括远道而来的中国粉丝，然后希望为你们奉献更精彩的比赛。
All right, did you hear that? A lot to offer, a lot to look forward to. Here, Wang Manyu. Congratulations. Okay, thank you. And stick around when we come back. Game 2 is about to start.
Welcome back to T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League. As of now, Team Person has the league 4-1 with Team Rossi. Now let's move into the second match. Gentlemen, let's Team Rossi pick first. The red? Black. Black for Team Rossi. Is it going to be black? It is black indeed. So who will be your first, your player?
On this side, Dmitry Ovtcharov.
Dmitry Ovtcharov, German international. If it's any indication that he can catch up, it is definitely Dmitry. Now let's go on to Team Pearson. Who will it be?
Jussi Huk.
All right, let's get this match rolling here at T2 APAC.
So then the men get underway. Ju against Ovtcharov. This should be a fun one. Ju, a defensive player. Ovtcharov certainly not the world number 5 at the start of our T2 adventure. A man who certainly is very successful. Olympic Games, silver and bronzes, of course. And this man here, well, has been ranked in the world top 2. Team silver, of course, at the Olympics as well. So that's the lineup for match number 74. Have we really gone that far? Only match number 2 in round 3, of course. We're fresh and ready to get underway. We've got 2 sessions today, and all 4 teams will be showing what they can do. It's Rossi against Pearson, the 2 teams, of course, and this is Ju Se-Hook, ranked 17 at the moment in the world, 37 years of age, but looks as fresh as a daisy. Certainly fresher than I feel today, still jet lagged. Here's Dmitry Ovtcharov, ranked number 5, has been ranked number 4, 28 years of age, and a really fabulous player, married to the Swedish table tennis player Jenny Hellström, of course. They met when they was 15, bless them. Can I say that? Childhood sweethearts? Almost.
I think you can, yeah. In table tennis anyway, yeah, definitely.
First game, Ovtcharov from Team Rossi to serve.
And Ju Se-Hook haven't met these captains, making sure they rotate their players around, so it's always a fresh challenge. So here we go, 24 minutes on the clock. Away we go.
Ovtcharov straight in, playing a forehand straight into the body of Ju Se-Hook.
Germany against South Korea, of course. Well, Ovtcharov actually born in Ukraine.
1-2.
Well, it was, you can see what Ovtcharov is trying to do, bring the defensive player up to the table, and then he does that to you.
I think all the players here know how impressive Ju's attacking game is. For a defender, you still have to have either one strong side, but Ju has both.
There he goes again. He's got a touch of the net as it went through, but how about those last 2 points for a statement of intent? He's back then, isn't he? Wasn't overly happy with what happened. Let's have a look here.
4-2.
Just caught it too thin, just didn't make enough contact with the ball to let it travel through.
Well, he's done it again. He can do it on the forehand, he can do it on the backhand. Don't let it sit up for him. Trying to shoot, I think, Ovtcharov at that point. And that's a better, good comeback from Ovtcharov.
Trademark tomahawk serve from the Ovtcharov camp. Gets him out of trouble 1 or 2 times in the match for sure.
Not this time.
6-4.
In round 1 he was under a bit of bother from the referee for having served the other serve a little bit shielded from the opposition.
6-5.
And this is shaping up to be a stormer of a match, isn't it? Both these players going for it. If you hit the white lines, you're in with a chance.
Player, the ball seems to be Inside the table, this behind the table.
There we go.
6-5.
First warning from the referee.
Well, in round 2, Jusei Hook was called the same service, same problem, so the referees will be on the lookout.
Won't be a warning next time, it'll be a point deducted, or handed to the opponent rather.
6-all.
Well, you can hear the amount of effort he was putting in there. And you can see why table tennis players end up with wrecked knees, given just how much effort they're putting in, both defensively and launching into attacks.
6-8.
After trying to get himself a little bit pumped up, he was a little bit underwhelmed with his performance in round 2, trying to make a little bit of a better impression in round 3.
Oh yes.
6-9.
Well, he is in 5th place. Well, I say 5th place. He's in equal 3rd really with Timo Boll, Samsonov and himself. They've all won 15 games. The game difference are both +3. The points won, I'll let you know in a minute. Yeah, the points won are 240, 239 and 225. And remember, the top 4 go through to the end of year finals, which is why this is such important that you win as many points as possible, as quickly as possible, and of course as many games. Ovtcharov has wrapped that one up fairly quickly, 4 minutes and 52 seconds.
Second game.
Our screens are saying anything under 5 minutes is decent. And he'll be pleased with that because Jusei Hook played some great table tennis in that first game.
Let love all. One love.
Ju making more contact with the ball now and the start of the second set.
Love 2.
Change of service as well, catching Ovtcharov. Serve drifting a little bit long, just caught him off guard.
Lovely forehand. That's a nice comeback from the German.
You can see it full rotation coming off that second forehand down the line.
Lined up again, this time long.
Just lifting his body up a little bit, didn't follow through as much. Need to keep your body low when you're playing a forehand at that speed.
4-1.
Ovtcharov expecting it to go the other way. Too late to readjust. Couldn't do it a second time. There were oohs from the crowd when that made the table. This is great table tennis.
Look how far Ju is away from the table, adjusting there. He was thrown off, ball arriving a little bit quicker, but adjusting last second, just managed to get it over the net. Clear tactic from Ovtcharov, trying to find Ju's middle. Of course, every time the player moves around the table, the middle does change. It's not just, well, we've got no middle white line here, but in your normal table tennis, it's not just the middle white line that is the middle of the ball.
Yeah, it has freaked a few players out, the lack of a line down the middle, because they use it as a kind of gate, obviously not used in singles.
puffing to Paul Drinker. He said the table felt massive. Was really thrown off in the first few practice sessions, but I think he's got the terms with it now.
Stop clock.
Signs we've got somebody's phone or a little bit of music playing in the background. Just
4,
players
5.
want the noise dealt with to try and focus.
Mine's on silent, I promise. Well, it didn't put Zhu off too much, did it?
That forehand was fully committed. He wasn't coming back if that had landed on the table again. Off-drop just a little bit sure with the ball coming off the pimple. We saw in round 2 he had a little bit of trouble with Matthias Carlsen's pimple, so maybe there's a common trend here.
Beautiful. Almost tennis like that, just to dink it over the net. And finish off the return. It's not necessarily without its risk. We've seen how Zhu can actually get there quickly. If it's sitting up, he will dispatch it, but it's 6-all in a fascinating second game, this one.
Ball just checking up there, didn't arrive to the racket of Zhu.
Petrov enjoyed that big choice shout, just to rub it in. Oh, yes, that's even better. Oh, the angles being used beautifully. You see how it kicked on with the topspin from Zhu, but Ovtcharov equal to the task. This is great from the German. He really has kicked on here. Almost made it. That one was curving and swerving all over the place from Zhu, but he faces 4 game points here.
You can see how far Zhu disappears away from the table, giving himself plenty of space to try and cut through the ball.
Oh, took the net cord. Nothing Zhu can do about that, and Ovtcharov takes the second game.
The off-trough playing with a little bit more spin there. Zhu not feeling the ball on, and he tried to play a little bit more top spin in the last shot.
Yeah, 2 6-11s. Slightly longer, in fact, a lot longer. 5 minutes and 40 on the clock for that second game. So almost a minute more. And there's the warming up area. It's a lot different to the big arena. It's just behind us, part of this massive Final Studios complex that we have the ability to use. And that's where the players will warm up. There's quite a lot of tables around there they can use. And this match coming up next. In this matchup between Team Rossi and Team Persson.
Off-trough just not letting up there. A lot of you at home may notice he plays with the racket a little bit more closed over than most players. He can generate a lot of power that way as well.
And here's the power that Zhu is having to struggle with here. Not enough topspin, trying to get as much as he could off Charov. It went long, and a foothold in this third game for the man from South Korea. being overpowered here. This is a much easier third game at the moment. Got around very well, didn't he, Ovtcharov, to play the shots.
This is definitely difficult for Zhu. Not many players in the world can continuously leather the ball the way Ovtcharov is at the minute. It's one thing to play 1 or 2 hard shots, but to play 3, 4 and 5, it's very difficult.
Talgov, not just his head, but his arms and his legs. Ovtcharov. Hot old work what he's doing, even in this really cool arena. The cavern is quite heavily air conditioned. And that makes a difference to the way the ball plays as well. Got to allow for conditions. Oh, too quick.
6-2.
The serve, it was the problem there for Zhu.
Yeah, the ball just sticking to his hand a little bit. The throw up wasn't clean.
7-2.
The time still left as well. You might be able to get another 3 games in if they play quickly. You never know.
3-7.
They seem to have lost the rallies at the moment as well, which is aiding. Only just under 3 minutes on the clock on this game. And Zhu in a lot of bother.
4-7.
Not this time.
Ovtcharov just overhitting slightly. He knows the clock is on. He's trying to get as many points on the board as possible. With time out from Dima. Just needs to recompose, focus in. Lost a few loose points there.
Yeah, he's played so well against the power Ovtcharov, but at the moment just a little bit overwhelmed. Such a great player. Fans and spectators love a chopper, a defender, because it can be some absolutely entrancing rallies. It's just not happened in this third game at the moment.
If you make this with 4, maybe with pin first, you cannot, difficult, try, no, but with pin first, with your 4, too slow, you only make like this, but if you make like this, you know, in the mid there, then okay. Let's go,
4-7 then, Zhu with a bit of work to do, but he's had that timeout. And the words of Jørgen Persson in his ear.
7-5.
Not out of this by any means. Just crazy, isn't it, having a towel break 1 point after you've had a 1 minute timeout.
7-5.
Oh yes, well, an apology from Zhu, but great table tennis, and we're very lucky that we're just behind Zhu's forehand where we're commentating, and the deviation coming across the net from Ovtcharov, and he's still got back.
7-6.
Not just the deviation, the power, the speed that it's coming at you as well. Oh, the edge of the table.
6-8.
Well, that's the margins that matches and games are won and lost by. Good catch from the ball boy.
To me, that ball is completely broken. You could hear it on impact there. Shows how much power Zhu had.
Imagine the ball boy gives it back to them.
10-6.
Ovtcharov just finding a little bit of form there on his forehand. Taking a little bit of power off the ball. Not too much though, but just enough to keep the ball in play.
Game points then for the German.
10-7.
They'll need more than one. that is the ball. It's certainly been batted away. And it's just gone wide, and with what, just under 8 minutes left on the clock, we have a very handsome lead by Dmitry Ovtcharov. 4-4 between Persson and Rossi in terms of teams, but it's certainly a very dominating performance from Dmitry Ovtcharov.
Players, please come back.
Our referee is right on the ball in terms of timing, getting them out there, getting them playing, and we already are whizzing along here. And the momentum stays with the Team Rossi man. Well, that was an air shot by quite some distance, and it didn't deviate that much, the ball.
Ball just checking up. Maybe caught the logo as well on the table.
Beautiful example of his craft there.
For me, Drew definitely needs to play more like this, attacking a little bit more, trying to mix the game. If he just stays in defence, it creates a lovely rhythm for Dima.
I did like the way, you saw in the slow motion, the previous point, he dispatched the ball and then just twiddled the bat in his hand. Couldn't do it that time. Straight at the body. Not this time. That's great table tennis. You can see what he was trying to do there.
You can see how heavy the ball is here. When Dima goes to touch, the ball just flies off the racket. So much spin from Drew.
Yes, you certainly feel like the ball's alive at that point and has legs.
It's always a great tactic to have. Many players, when you play to one area, will switch directly, but if you play the second in the same area, it creates a little bit of confusion for your opponent. See the amount of spin Dima was creating there, his whole body jumping up with the ball. The racket jumping out of his hand a little bit.
Yes, 5th v 6th in terms of the rankings going into this third round of games. And the top 4 graduate to the end of season playoffs, if you like. Be nice to see a defensive player in there, of course, just to mix things up a little bit. And this is why it's important for Drew to hang on in here, win this game and try and win the next one if there's time, because it's all on games won. Came out with interest from Ovtcharov, and the timeout's been called. It's a bit of a worry that Ovtcharov might just be losing the momentum there.
See a last minute change of direction from the racket of Drew. All these players can just have a little bit of change in the racket last second, changing the angle or changing the spin, trying to vary the shots all of the time.
Okay, and stay calm, yeah, and that's better. I think you're a little tired, so if you can have little longer rallies, yeah. Okay, good.
Take your time,
yeah. So
longer rallies.
See if you have chance attack.
That's the message to Drew. Just try and not be rushed by Ovtcharov, because Ovtcharov will rattle through with power if he can. Timeout done. Here we go with 3:50 on the clock. Well, you certainly know he's winding up. You can hear him, can't you? It doesn't always work in his favour, as you saw here.
Yeah, you can see his racket head was a little bit too low, a little bit closed over.
A little bit off balance, which is unusual. Great defence. Now some of these balls are going back again. Not this time. We might be into the kill zone as well if we wrap this one up quickly enough. That's long again. Well, Ju is obviously listening to what his captain was saying, Jürgen Persson, trying to extend these rallies. And all of a sudden, it's a very different game.
You can see Dima rushing slightly.
Well, look, if it's under 2 minutes and this game is wrapped up, we'll have a kill zone game. Otherwise, we'll carry on. Oh, it's long, so we will be in the kill zone. That's where we take the clock off and play first to 5.
11-7.
Wrapped up. We will go to the kill zone for the last game. So Ju wrapping that game up, getting a foothold in this match as well.
Interesting way Dima receives service. He can either touch or flick the way he positions his wrist. He breaks his wrist a little bit, playing a little bit flatter.
Now we're rocking here at the T2 Cavern. A little bit of not exactly dancing from the crowd, but they were definitely moving around there to the music. We had some people arrive in the corner there with shades on. I don't know who they were, but apparently Asia's Got Talent are filming at Pinewood as well. I don't know if you fancy auditioning or not, but...
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I don't think my voice is that good.
Into the kill zone then, first to 5. It's long again. He's all of a sudden he's lost his range here off Trough. And Ju Sae-hyuk from 3-0 down. Could he make it 3-2? Yeah. Well, they're off their seats on Ju's team benches, and this is why.
A little bit of a flash from the first set there. Dima popping the ball up a little bit to Ju's backhand.
Hit the net and gone long. And this is the beauty of the kill zone. You've got to get going quickly. Thomas Carlsen won't be playing today. He's turned his ankle badly in training, but he's giving his teammate support. Yeah, I got it. This time took a touch of net as well as it went through. So he's got a foothold in this kill zone game. Oh, just wide. Just drifted as it went over the net. Now it gets interesting.
Well, Dima will want to win. He is unbeaten in any of his kill zone games so far.
You see just how close to the edge that return from Ju was. From 3 love to 3-3. Remember, we don't need 2-point cushion. It is 5-4 if it has to be. It's 4-4. Same, of course, in the 11-point games as well. It's 10-10, next point wins. Boy, we love this format. What a comeback. 4 straight points from Ovtcharov, and he has a chance to make it 4-1. Oh, it's gone long. Well, from 3 up, he loses 5-3, and it is Ovtcharov who wins by 4 games to 1 in a thoroughly entertaining match, that one.
Well, Dima is known for his mental strength in the World Tour. You can never count him out, no matter what the score. He was 3-love down there, winning the Killzone game 5-3.
Yeah, squeezing 5 games in there in 24 minutes. Not a bad effort. Obviously, the clock was stopped for the last one, but that was really excellent. And well, you can see points well on serve and as a receiver. That's why Ovtcharov prevailed in the end. And in the end, it was quite comfortable. Certainly enjoyed Ju Se-hook's game though. Some excellent rallies here.
Yeah, even from the start, Dima had a little bit too much power over Ju. But Ju hung in there, won a crucial game. All points do count, so it's important to try and get a foothold in the match.
And you know, Ovtcharov sometimes prevailed, sometimes the defensive techniques of Ju were just masterful. He thought he was going to take that last Killzone game, Ju, but in the end, Ovtcharov somehow got himself not only back into the game, but stormed ahead. Great exhibition between attack and defense. When it went well for Ju, it went very well, but overall, not so well. Ju losing to Ovtcharov by 4 games to 1.
Here with the winner from Team Rossi with Dmitry Ovtcharov. What a match it was. Tell me a little bit on how it led up to the Killzone.
Well, I had the clock a little bit under control, I would say. I saw Ju also had it in mind. I think players prefer to take the time to play until 5 than to have 2 minutes 5 remaining. And so I was 6-10 down in the 4th set, and I thought, come on, Dima, fight this point. I haven't lost the Killzone yet, so I felt confident. But finally, I have to say I was a bit lucky in that last set. But altogether, I'm very happy that I could take 4 points for my team, of course.
Nevertheless, you still won it in fantastic style. You are the European Games champion, beating the Olympic Games silver medalist. Let's talk a little bit on your serve technique. It's actually was awarded Time Magazine 2008 50 Most Innovation Invention. How did you come up with your serve technique? Tell us a little bit on that.
Yeah, well, my father was a former national team player as well, and he used to serve backhand and the tomahawk serve. So yeah, he teach me all that services, and I'm glad I can keep it up.
Fantastic stuff, Dmitry Ovtcharov, putting Team Rossi back in the game. What will happen next? Well, stay tuned to find out.
All right, welcome back. Right now, dead even situation, 5 apiece between the 2 teams. All right, let's do another round of coin toss now. Let's see. Your side. I mean, well, it's fine. We'll give you a chance, right? Because it's a good comeback, right? Yeah, exactly. So far.
Again,
black again. I'm not surprised at all. There you go. Your wish has been granted again.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, on this side we see Chen Yijing from Chinese Taipei.
Chen Yijing of Chinese Taipei. And Jürgen, your answer?
Savaribut from Thailand.
Ah, so Stani there, right there from Thailand. That's going to be quite a match. All right, game 3 to unfold.
So then, match 3 of third round of matches here. Malaysia in the T2 cavern. And it is Chinese Taipei against Thailand. Cheng Ai-Ching against Suthasini Sawetabut. Match 75. We're racking them up quickly, aren't we? And so far, really been a great start to our first season of T2 table tennis. Hope you're enjoying it as well. Do let us know what you think. You can get involved on social media, of course. And we very much take on board what you're saying, suggestions for how we run this competition. I know the boss has been talking today about a few little tweaks, and I know sometimes it is from suggestions from fans as well. One little adjustment when the buzzer goes for the end of our 24 minutes, the point being played will be continued. That's if the players haven't jumped out of their skin. There is our new person in the seat. Referee's been told to be strict on time. Cheng to get us underway. So what about saying hello, welcome to the game. I'll have that point, thank you very much. What a statement that was. Long the end. Little glance to the bench from Sawetabut, who told herself just to slow it down a bit. Very easy just to be a little bit frantic at the start of the game, just to not be as calm as you should be.
Well, every player will tell you they'll want to get a really good start in the first game, so sometimes they rush a little bit. Just not taking care of the ball the way they should.
Yes. 3, 2.
We've seen from previous rounds, Suthasini will want to go out and attack. She will flick most of the time, trying to get it into open rallies.
Cheng Ai-Ching, of course, known for a positive attacking style as well. Not that time. Standing at the table, trying to dominate. That's the Thai athlete who prevailed. And level in his first game.
3, 4.
There's no way back. Arm's just not quite long enough. Agonising.
Tomahawk serve there from Suthasini. Interesting though to use it against Cheng. Cheng didn't have too much trouble when Bernadette used the same serve in round 2. Cheng just happy to play around the net there. A lot of these players in the top 10 of the world will be happy to touch 2 or 3 balls, waiting for the right one.
Cheng, who made the quarterfinals at Rio last year, of course. Bringing the quality of the women's field, of course, not a bad effort that. That was better from Sawetabut. Still a bit of work to do in this first game though.
Good mix of play there from Suthasini. She's extending her forearm right over the ball, trying to get a last minute injection of pace and spin.
athlete is hanging in here. It looked like Cheng was going to just overwhelm her, but she's fought back here.
Oh, yes. 7, 6.
It's never a nice feeling, is it, when the ball goes flying past you? You're nowhere near it. But she was worked over, Chen. Well worked over as well.
Last minute, she ended service there from Cheng. Flicking the wrist up, adding a little bit of topspin. Allowed her to get into the backhand open rally she prefers.
Two good forehands from Sawetobut, enough to win the point. She's just a point behind now. This is a long old game, mind.
Mixing the play beautifully, playing the first ball down the line, then quickly racing to play across court.
She's really come back into this game. Look like it's going to be one-way traffic. It's good work from Sawetobut. Wow, she's ahead, and in some style as well.
She's definitely a player that plays into her matches a little bit more confidence. Winning her first game in round 2 boosted her spirit. But at this level, you can't pop the serve up against Cheng Yiqing.
To the net, went wrong. And it is Sawetobut who has a chance to take this very first game of this match. Oh yes, great forehand. Too much for Chen, and she's come from behind to take the first game. What a confidence boost that will be.
So much power there injected from Sawetobut's forearm. Playing right over the top of the ball, cross court.
Straight, very good.
Cheng was there, but just too much power to deal with.
Straight, good. And if she topspin, you block. Very good. No stress. Only relax. Okay, good. Okay, come on. From beginning, late.
She's won one and lost one against
this is more.
Team Rossi.
And if you have a chance with forehand, yeah, you can play faster with forehand.
Second game.
5 minutes and 4 seconds, that first game. So it was a good old battle, that one.
Lovely, short, compact exchanges from both players. It was Sawetobut though, changing the angle of the ball, earning her the point.
Doing a funky chicken, not quite sure what that meant exactly. She's very much a mood player though, she's either into it or she's not. And once she's on a roll, she can be irresistible, but at the moment you saw, just not feeling it in this second game early on. Tactic
developing from the Cheng camp. looking to switch early off the service. Nice holding there from Sweater-Boot. You don't always need to go with power and pace. A nice soft little hold is good enough.
The serve was good enough there as well. Cheng not dealing with it, Spin taking it off the table, and there's a 2-point cushion for Sitasini Sweater-Boot. It's a bit surprising from Cheng. Not exactly reckless, but not taking her time over the point. Well, there's not much you can do about that shot.
Sweater-Boot being really smart here, knowing that she doesn't want to give Cheng any rhythm.
Switching it around the table and doing it to great effect. 4 points up here.
6-3.
Cheng in 6th place in the rankings, so at about 10th at the moment. You wouldn't know it. Cheng is coming back here.
Sweater-Boot got out of trouble there, creating a little bit of space on her hip. She got caught slightly though.
Yeah, some really good flick backhands from Cheng, but just couldn't finish it off. Still in a bit of trouble here. That's better.
7-5.
Coaches in the stands, filming his version of events for analysis later on.
Sweater-Boot just not getting out to the forehand early enough. Choosing to reach with her arm. She loses a little bit of control that way though.
Look how long we are taking on this second game. Already over 10 minutes gone. 5 minutes of 19 seconds of that in this second game. Already past the first game, and that was an 11-9er as well. Oh, she did ever so well to readjust, Cheng. I'm going to say, both captains stood up. We were waiting for the timeout. We see the action. And I'm imagining that would be Jürgen Persson from Team Persson. Sweater-Boot just losing a bit of momentum there.
But okay, and service, maybe now this, maybe a little over, so who knows? Yeah, so if not, maybe backhand service also to forehand. Yeah, you can see. And in backhand, okay, stay like this. If chance, you also forehand, yeah. But if
there's the warm-up area.
To backhand, yeah, also. And backhand, stay slow.
Getting closer to knowing who might be playing next. So we've had 2 games already. This is the third one.
Okay, good.
Starting with women today. So yeah, we'll certainly have
7-8.
some more action to go in this session before we finish up almost at the halfway mark. Very important point after that break for the timeout. want to be level. If you're Chen, of course, danger is a 2-point cushion, and that timeout's kind of lost.
Sweater rushing slightly, knows how important it is to win this game. She doesn't want to be level at 1-all. She wants to be 2 cushions up.
Oh yes. I think there's a touch of net on that, but I don't think Suettebutt was getting there anyway. She was a country mile away in table tennis terms.
Great composure there from Sweaterbutt, 2 points down at the start of that point. Just composing herself, showing she is the level that she's at.
Start the clock. 10.
Clock's been stopped because they thought there was too much time being taken. Has to play the point nice and quickly, and then the clock will come back on again as soon as we get underway. And a comeback from Suettebutt. Just wonder whether that umpire intervention had any effect on Chen. Well, next point wins this second game. Never a dull moment, is there, at the Cavern? Oh my word.
11-10.
What a way to concede the game. No wonder she jumped in the air in exasperation.
Yeah, relax.
Well, it's those kind of points players never forget. She'll be living that one for the next few years.
7 minutes and 53 seconds, and then you throw it away like that. That second game, that's a, oh dear.
Sometimes with backhand, it's not too slow sometimes, and then she can.
What you need is a calm swing just to get you through the game.
Not only like this, then she's good.
Captain Persson,
but also don't forget
exudes authority
change,
and calm.
Like this, change. And in game, in fact,
saw him yesterday morning at the hotel, just flew in. He looks a lot better today than he did yesterday, it has to be said.
You should say that to his face today for sure.
Oh, no. Don't you dare either. Well, this has been a fascinating contest between these two. We're underway in this third game. Just under 11 minutes left, so we will get at least 4 in, possibly 5. Mind you, when I met Jorgen Persson, he was poolside, and in the pool was Matthias. And Matthias Carlsen, who was hobbling around on his, it's like a balloon, his ankle, black and blue, and not good at all. He won't be playing today. We'll have an extra, we will have another men's game. The 2 guys will have to step up and play 2 games in this session. Fascinating to see which way the momentum goes in this game, especially after Suettebutt finished so disappointingly that last game. Great rally. A shootout at the T2 Cavern.
To see the short, compact strokes that we're all used to seeing from the women's game. Taking the ball super early in front of the body.
Great view from the top of the studio complex.
Lovely bit of added spin there. The trajectory of the ball a little bit higher over the net. Difficult for Suettebutt to deal with, the level of spin.
You see it deviate, took a kick to the left, right as we are looking at it, of course.
Suettebutt serve going against her there. Sometimes your best serves will work at a disadvantage. Too much spin can't hinder your own game.
Six, two.
Just putting her right leg too far forward in that forehand, not rotating on her forehand, causing Cheng Yiqing to win the point.
Readjusted very well there.
Two.
And this is well, this is 2 minutes 30. This game. This has been a completely different kettle of fish. You do wonder how the end of the last game has affected Suetterbach, because at the moment she's all at sea.
Suetterbach just getting a little bit frustrated, throwing a few points away, rushing her forehand flick. But she can't help it when Ching comes out with a rocket forehand like that.
Yeah, and 8 game points should be enough. And went up, she knew she'd brushed the net. See if we make it a hat trick.
11-2.
Need too much effort to wrap up that third game. That was a 3-minute 47, according to what we have on our screens. Compare that to 7 minutes and 53 in the game before, which went 10-11, of course. And that's how it's looking at the moment. 2-1 to Cheng Yiqing, who has come from behind to just start asserting her authority.
Players.
Having a party in the bleachers by the sound of it.
Fourth game. Lava.
Not sure you're allowed to do that in the VIP seats. I'm not sure what the rules are.
For the looks of it, I don't think so.
Oh, there are some of those blow up clapping things. I'm not quite sure what the right term for that is, actually. Any ideas?
I would just say bangers, maybe. I don't know.
Bangers? No, I like that. Yeah. I'll get a chance to Google. See, there's got to be a proper name for it. Amplified hand clappers.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I like that. AHCs.
One, two.
Can she get ahead in the game? Somewhat of it in this fourth game. It's tight between the teams, as you can see. Persson and Rossi, 6-7.
2 all.
Suetterbach expecting on the forehand. Readjust in time.
Suetterbach slowing the pace there, adding a little bit more spin to the ball, jumping the racket out of her hand a little bit, just to gain a little bit more topspin.
Three out.
Only 6 points, chance for a quick, and it has to be quick, tower down.
Three, four.
The right idea from Ching though. Looking to play a little flat flick off her forehand. It's very effective in the women's game, playing with no spin.
Four out.
Well, this one's going to be another tight one by the looks of it. Sweaterbut back in the mix. This time just firing it long.
Nice little hold there from Sweaterbut. Doesn't always have to play with pace. She's mixing the spin really well in this game.
Yeah, Jürgen Persson, a little nod, like what he saw.
4-6.
Cheng just confused by the last minute adjustment of spin there. A little bit more backspin than she first thought.
Perhaps a mood player, Sweaterbut, and perhaps she's in the mood in this game.
Five, 6.
She needs to play a little bit better placement. Cheng always looks to turn on the backhand side to play a forehand. The ball was just sitting too far in the middle of the table, allowed her to have a lot of room.
Six up.
Couple of net calls there, and Cheng came out of it the better and is level again. So she has the momentum once again. .227 on the clock. I do wonder whether this will take all that time. They've not been quick, have they?
7, 6.
Again though, the Sweaterbut serve confusing Cheng slightly. Just not reading the spin the last couple of points.
Great forehands.
7 up.
Barrage of them from Cheng. Started off with the backhand and then no coming back from that. Beautifully placed. I think this may run out of time, this game.
Seven, 8.
And of course, if they do, well, who's it? They may wrap it up and then go into the kill zone. But each point here, doubly important. She had no right to win that point. Sweaterbut consistently hitting the back of the table, and yet Cheng somehow turned defence into attack.
You can see just how far away Cheng was there for most of the rally. You've always got a fear for the player that's closer to the table, but not this time.
Let.
Two captains having a chat to each other and a giggle. Not sure what that's about. Perhaps it's the timing. This could be the last point, who knows.
8, 9.
And didn't Jörg Rosskopf like that? And that is that. Ran the clock down nicely, Cheng, to be fair, and they've been very hot on that, but I don't think she did anything wrong necessarily. But she'll take that last game and therefore take the match by 3-1. Of course, that's by the by. I mean, it is by the by for us, but for them it's not. They take $1,000 if you win. But the points are important, of course, and it's a good job. Well done for Cheng Hai-Cheng, and of course for Team Rossi.
Yeah.
You can see their forehand winners for Cheng, 15 to Sweaterbut's 7.
Yeah, the stats favouring Cheng Hai-Cheng, and so it proved to be in the match as well. Sometimes stats can be a bit misleading, but not in this case, I don't think. And Sweaterbut started very brightly, of course, taking that first match by 11, first game rather, by 11-9. But there were that was a little bit more steel perhaps from Cheng Liqing. A bit more experience, a bit more canniness. And so the woman who was in 6th place in the rankings will have cashed some very useful points there. And it is another triumph for Cheng Liqing. She triumphs over Suthasina Saratabut by 3-1.
All right, Zhang Yijing is with me right now. 已经今天比赛其实还是打得很艰辛哈，一上来的时候可能也不是很适应对手，怎么样最后把这个状态给扭转回来，就是把这个劣势变成了一个胜势呢？
其实我就一分一分的摇，其实一开始真的还没有进入状态，进入状态比较慢嘛，后来就是加强旋转的变化，然后节奏的变化，才慢慢赢回来。
确实哈，后面赢得还是比较的顺畅一点。大家有没有感到易静啊有点变化？前2周来这边的时候呢是有点这个伤病，现在伤病也好了。那么你看大家感觉他形象怎么样？喜不喜欢他的形象啊 ？See shortcut right here and also 形象整个非常的清新，是不是刻意的也是重新的出发一个新的状态？是不是做了一个刻意的一个打扮呢？
因为前面状态都不好嘛，然后我就把头发剪掉，希望有一个好的开始。
Well, certainly a new haircut gives her a new fresh start. Congratulations, 易静，谢谢你，祝贺你啊。All right, stick around when we come back. Game 4 to start.
Welcome back to T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League. As of now, Team Rossi is leading by 2 points. So let's give this round of coin toss to Team Pearson. Is it still black color? It's black. It's black. All right. Is it going to be black or red? It is red. Okay. So Team Rossi gets to pick your player for who is it going to be?
It will be from England, Paul Tringhall.
Paul Tringhall, the most decorated British player. He is going up against
Jun Mizutani.
Jun Mizutani, Japanese superstar. Let this game begin.
Well, this should be interesting. Jun Mizutani, man who's been on top of his game for a long time, the youngest national champion at just 17, 28 years of age now. Against Paul Drinkle of England, 6 times English champion. Has won on the World Tour, of course, as well. Doesn't like to sit on his laurels, likes to attack if he possibly can. So it won't be a dull match, that's for sure. And this man here, of course, bronze in the singles, Japan's first ever table tennis medal in the singles. Ranked 6th in the world, so, you know, by stats, it should be Mizutani all the way. But Drinkle, who sits bottom of the rankings in T2 at the moment and had a tough old start to T2 in round 1. He is buoyed by the fact he won last time out. He had a good run in the Australian Open as well, in between round 1 and round 2. Jamir is still a man in the chair. So this should be an interesting one. Let's see how we go. Certainly should be full of power. And if we know Mr. Drinkle, a bit of passion as well.
It's always a good sign if Mizutani straight away looking for his forehand. Feels in form.
Oh, took me to the table. That's when you just put away and forget about it and get on with it. Good start from Mizutani. Drinkle not reading the serve either, so a poor start from the Englishman. And he did very well there though, because that was a wicked serve. Hanging into the point. Mistake from the left-hander. Oh, the joy from Drinkle. And why not? That's 2 great points in a row. And Mitsutani, though he's in a bit of a fight here.
Mitsutani happy to stay in the shot, ride out a few blocks from the Drinkle forehand.
It's lightning quick, this opening 6 points.
5, 2.
Quick hands from Mitsutani, excellent stuff.
Lovely little link up between shots there from Mitsutani. Looking in fine form, looking for his forehand on all edges of the table.
3, 6.
Serve a little bit heavier than Mitsutani expected from the Drinkle racket.
Did very well. He didn't have a lot of time to pick up that forehand, Drinkle. He's within 2 points here. That's another good forehand as well.
Mitsutani suffering slightly when Drinkle plays one quick to the backhand and then a quicker shot out to the forehand.
He did it again. Took his time over the return of serve, didn't he?
You can see Drinkle doing that a lot in his matches. Waits and waits and waits, trying to confuse the player.
Excellent rally, entertaining the fans here. Goodness me, and for the first time Drinkle is ahead.
See how much Mitsutani fought in the middle of that rally, falling onto the floor sometimes.
Goodness me. That's what he does best, Drinkle. Loud joy, a shout of triumph really. You'll hear it from the players, and he certainly enjoyed that one.
7, 8.
Flick onto the forehand, perhaps not the best idea from Drinkle. Mitsutani, meat and drink for him.
Mitsutani throwing his forearm around that shot with it again, just creating a little bit more arc and deviation on the ball.
Into the smile from Mitsutani. I think they're enjoying themselves here. Yeah, didn't land it.
Oh, Mitsutani has said it's touched. A little bit of sportsmanship there from both players.
Yeah, a little point from Drinkle. That was nice to see.
On the offset, that serve looked a little bit bouncy, but Drinkle chooses to serve that way. He believes a little bit of a higher, bouncier serve can confuse the opponent.
Well, he has 2 game points here. Oh, what a forehand. What a way to win a first game of this match. He was under the cosh to begin with, but has come back very well and leads the man ranked in the top 10 by a game at the T2 Cavern. You're always going to know how he feels. He doesn't hold anything in, does Paul Drinkle. And it was 4:53, just under 5 minutes. Drinkle takes that first game.
He serve. Sometimes it's half long, then you spin, and then you go for the next one. Yeah, move further.
A real time out between the first and the second game. We're a minute after the second game. I like to keep things bouncing around here. Good atmosphere, good crowd, and a good match here.
Definitely a better start from Mitsutani there, linking the serve and the backhand really well.
Love 2.
Drinkle saying no. Turner serve was all wrong, but he knew it.
Love 3.
Again, Mizutani working the table well.
Drinkle not reading the return at all. Thought it was going a little bit half long. Thought he had more time than he had.
Go! 3, 1.
Just long for Mizutani. Drinkle with a foothold in this game.
Same serve again from Mizutani. That confused Drinkle only moments ago. It's a lovely little action coming around the left-hand side of the ball.
Just a bit of a table there. And take the towel break. There's Mizutani. Oh boy, just having a chat with one of his colleagues, didn't quite see what was going on there. They've been excellent ball boys so far. We'll let them off that one.
6.
Perhaps he'll get a yellow card for time wasting ball boy. No, they have run around and done a great job. And of course they've got a really good seat to watch some of the top table tennis players in the world on their trade.
Same serve again, confusing Drinkle.
It's got so much side spin on it, hasn't it? From where we are opposite Japanese player, we can see it swerving around.
Well, credit to Mizutani, it's the same service action, but also playing it a little bit longer, a little bit shorter.
These players, of course, have played before, but not in T2. Drinkle doing a fight to the bitter end. Wait for he's hanging in here.
Mizutani just catching the ball a little bit too hard.
11-3.
There it is. In a way, Drinkle will probably try to lose the game, but at least he can move on and look to try and take the third game, because that wasn't the best. Bamboozled by the serve, I think it's fair to say. Different variations from Mizutani.
Just keep the pressure. Backhand was good.
Really obviously good there.
Very quick. And then also when you go diagonal, quick one, and then down. Very good.
Number 5 in the world after the Olympics, of course. I'm sure the focus of our Japanese commentators who are newly arrived in town, perched up at the top of the bleachers, right down at ground level. Have a great view wherever you might be here. Such an intimate setting. A new concept in table tennis, of course. That's what the organisers are trying to get across here, and a whole new way of playing.
Double.
Tried the backhand. Dispatched our cameraman, couldn't dispatch the point.
Go! 1-0.
See though, Mizutani's not stressing when Drinkle strikes the ball a little bit harder. Just staying in the rally, making sure the ball is clean over the net.
Oh, just took a touch on the table.
Evident to see Mizutani's been in the training hall the past couple of weeks, working on his backhand to let him down in round 2.
Johnny! 2-0.
Into the body of Mizutani. A little bit tucked up, no time. That's a good forehand as well. Perhaps he's just starting to work this out a little bit.
See there, a little bit of a float serve from Drinko, expecting the ball half long. Lovely little set play.
Oh, goodness me, what a way to win a point. It looked like a lost cause.
Mitsutani just a little bit too relaxed there, didn't think the ball was going to come back.
Yeah, all the time in the world to put that forehand away and couldn't.
5-3.
This is a fascinating little game of cat and mouse. With Drinkel, sometimes with opponents like Ball, you'll just see a smash fest, but here it's just a bit more a thinking man's game of table tennis.
6-3.
I think Mitsutani has always been a cool and collected player. He takes his time to think everything through.
The sort of player you don't want to look at before you start playing a point, because he's got that sort of, you know, long stare. He'd psych you out anyway without even actually striking the ball. He looks wise, as if he knows something that you don't.
Well, by his face there, he knew he probably shouldn't have missed that.
It was an unforced error, as they say. Drinkel knows he was in the point. Perhaps should have done better there. Just too good beforehand. Changed up in pace. Super slow-mo canvas. I love it. The expression on the players' faces. Putting everything into it.
I don't think Drinkel needed that edge there. That ball was hit like an absolute rocket.
Couldn't do it a second time. He's got a good cushion here, but we know from experience that can be nibbled away quite quickly.
Lovely little slow backhand spin up from Mitsutani.
Something had to give at some stage, and Mitsutani prevailed and has crept up behind Drinkel. 7-9 now, and not surprised by that. We had a timeout. I didn't think we had, and we've had one now.
Yeah.
Just break the momentum. Even if you've got nothing to say, just call the timeout.
Well, we've seen from Drinkel before, he's let leads slip in the past here at T2. So he knows how crucial it is.
So maybe check.
Stay ahead.
Maybe he will play long this one. So you have to be strong after your serve.
You can see the one of those bad dreams when you're trying to rate 100 metres through jelly.
It's okay to play.
You can see the finishing line.
Take
Just
your
got to get
chance.
there.
If it's half long, you can
Not
spin
always so
also
easy.
and go for the next one.
We got a good talk from the captain. The Ted Danson look-alike.
9-7.
Drinkel has the advantage of having the serve. Well, what's that? 4 points. And what will be the longest game of the match so far. Has to hold his nerve here. Oh, well. 9-all. This man here had a good run in the Australian Open. I think it was at semi-finals he got to. And that gave him a lot of confidence, I think, coming back into round 2 and also here. But he's going to have to be at his sharpest. Oh, and he's going to have to defend the game point as well. Great work from Mizutani. He has come storming back. The last 6 points. Oh, and it's gone long. Next point wins it. Don't go make a cup of tea just yet. So who will take this game? Take a 2-1 lead. Oh, cruel net cord. What can you do if you're Paul Drinkle? Keep calm and carry on, I guess.
Drinkle did well there initially to get that back on the table. Just luck favouring the brave at the moment. Mizutani winning the last couple of points.
Gives it his all, doesn't he?
Backhand is good, you stay there. Very good.
So that's how it's looking at the moment. Agonising for Drinkle, who seemed to have the third game in his pocket, but couldn't quite get over the line.
Fourth game. Lover.
Open his shoulders there. Couldn't find the table for the last shot.
Drinkle playing a lovely little crash flick to the backhand side of Mizutani. A little bit flatter, a little bit more difficult for Mizutani to play against.
Drinkle will be looking at this thinking, well, there's definitely 2 games in this match left. I just need to win this one and see what happens.
Go! 1-3.
Well, in the last game he missed a lot of backhands cross court, so choosing to play that one down the line.
Go!
Better from Drinkle. That was the serve he was having trouble with in the last couple of games.
Very vocal, isn't he, in games? Couldn't quite make out what he's saying, is he? Oh no.
I think he probably said, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
Never seen me play that shot before. Mm.
Coaches himself at the end of each point.
Just not getting out quick enough to the wide forehand, the ball deviating away from his racket. Well, that's harder to put on than it looks. Mizutani playing with high spin. It is quite difficult. Drinkle did really well there.
Yeah, it may look very easy, and it wasn't, what you say.
Drinkle saying, why are you continuously playing on the racket? Let's play it to the middle instead.
He's happy with the results as well. Still has his nose ahead, but then he did in the third game as well.
Mizutani opting for the chop block, just not coming off in this point.
Here we go again. Poor Drinkle moving ahead. As we know from the last game, it's not necessarily a done deal though.
Drinkle did really well there in the beginning to keep the service return low. It's not easy against Mitsutani. He's got one of the best serving actions in the world.
Oh my word, finishes it off eventually. Great rally, perhaps the best one we've seen so far today. How the Japanese athlete kept that ball in, I do not know.
So much feeling away from the table is Mitsutani.
Almost hit me, that ball at the end. I even flinched, which is probably not the bravest thing to do against a table tennis ball.
Well, they do hurt, I can tell you that.
Well, this time he gets past 9 points. Gets to 5 game points. Can we see this one home? Oh no, just to the side. Point saved by Mitsutani. Great rally between these two. Mitsutani, although he's behind in this game, is playing some great stuff as well. All that effort for nothing in the end of the day. Nice from Mitsutani. Little inside out serve, setting it up. Still, Drinkle with the advantage, has the serve now as well, of course. Getting a bit tight the game. We'll also be getting an eye on the clock. We're actually having enough time to take it to a decent amount of time in the next game as well.
Mitsutani just ultra cool, the way he always is, just really composed even towards the end of the game.
And that'll do it. I'm not sure that's a Choi shout of triumph or just relief, really. 2 apiece then, and Drinkle, given the rankings between these two, is playing very, very well. 2:30 on the clock. We're not in the kill zone, so we will play a timed next game. So everyone will be keeping an eye on the clock, and the referee will be keeping a very tight eye on time wasting as well. That's how it's looked at the moment. Drinkle certainly has improved as this T2 tournament has gone on. Plays an attractive form of it, and up against Jun Mitsutani, the two players have provided some great rallies and some great entertainment here. Just ticked over 2 minutes on the clock here, so you've got to get a good start here. Oh dear, into the net. Mitsutani playing brilliantly well, and that was a bit of a shock when it didn't come back again.
I'm sure a lot of you guys at home have made that mistake once or twice.
Well, most of the social players make it all the time, of course. It's not an easy shot, even when you think you've got all the time in the world. He's back in it, 52 seconds. He's going to serve as quickly as he possibly can.
Very, very vocal here from Drinkle.
Well, if he can get this point away quickly and win it, then it's a real knife-edge situation. Well, here we go. Will Mitsutani, Drinkle's taking his time, you think, I'll just have this 1 point, let's make it a tiebreaker. I think both of them have agreed as well. Come on, gents, let's get on with it.
Let's go.
Let's Let's go, says Drinkle. Oh, and he's done it. I think, who has taken it? I think it's Drinkle. Goodness me, what drama at the end. Mitsutani can't quite believe it because he's played a brilliant game, and somehow Drinkle won the last game to 11 and snuck. He was 3-1 down and he's managed to sneak this one 4-3 and takes the $1,000.
Well, you gotta look at that last forehand. It was all or nothing when the buzzer went. His full body went right into that forehand shot.
I have the feeling from
Goodness
outside.
me, what drama.
I have the feeling
And
from
you've got to
outside
feel
that
for
you are
Mitsutani.
leading, okay, you wanted to...
Definitely feel Mitsutani there. Played really well in that match. You can see forehand winners though, 11-9 to Drinkle, but backhand winners 8-2 from Mitsutani. I would say that's the usual statistic when these two play.
Well, that was super dramatic, wasn't it? And what a game it's been, hugely entertaining. And they certainly didn't hold back, did they?
Credits to both players really. Showing a lot of composure from Mitsutani and a lot more fire from Drinkle.
Left feet right combination, of course, real different dynamic as well. And what a dramatic finale as well. They all giving it their all. And at the end, it came down to a final point in a time match. A time game as well. And Drinkle, well, he won in match day 2, and he's won here as well. And you'll see just in a minute what it means to him. He squeaks through and wins this game.
Wow, what a way to win a match. Paul Drinkle further widening the gap for Team Rossi. Let's get his input on this. First, the winning moment. How did you manage that? Because you were actually falling behind at the start of that last game.
Yeah, I think it was a good to come back for that, get that win, and great to get the points for the team. But managed to get a net on the last ball, which always helps. But yeah, I think I played a great match and caught him, possibly not on his best day.
Well, you are one of the most decorated players coming out of England, and you have met Mizutani many times on the international arena and also the league. Tell us a little bit about how is it different? What comes into play?
Obviously here you've got the time factor, and yeah, the towel breaks are different. There's quite a few different things, but it played to my advantage today, and I managed to take advantage of that and get a great win. And I've never beaten him before, so it's a good confidence booster for me.
Well, congratulations, Paul Drinkle, further widening the gap for Team Rossi. What will happen next? Well, stay tuned with us. Welcome back to T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League. As we stand, Team Rossi is in the lead right now, and alongside me, one of the avid fans of table tennis. Who are you supporting today? Which team?
Actually, I'm supporting Team Jorgen. Team Jorgen? Yeah, because some of the players was, I think, was underdog team. And I like to support the underdogs players.
Oh, very nice. So I am going to give you a chance to pick a side to start this coming match. So is it going to be Jorgen's team then?
Yes.
All right, Jorgen Pearson's team is going to pick the coin toss. What color? Is it going to be red or is it going to be black?
I think he likes black color.
He likes black, so black it is. On to you, Wang Dong.
All right, black color for the underdog team right here. Shall we do that? Actually, we got two Romanian players to unfold Game 5. It's a Romanian derby. These two are teammates as well, by the way. Okay, let's get started. Winnie? Black, guess what? Yes.
There, I choose there.
To serve. All right, the other side. Okay, great. All right, Game 5 to start. Stick around.
So the music's blasting out. This could be a bit of a juicy one, this. Two colourful players. I'm not just talking about Sock's hair either. They put their all into the game, and it could be one of the matches of this first session. Bernadette Socks and Elizabeth Samara, two Romanians. They all know each other very, very well, of course. Socks, the pocket rocket, 55, just 22 years of age. Junior Girls Gold back in 2011 and 2013. Up against Samara, the more experienced and a higher ranked woman as well. European Championship Gold in the 2015 singles. Had that serious knee injury back in January, but she seems to have come flying back from that. Winnie Che back in the chair. Ready to get underway.
From team person to serve. Love all.
Socks in to get us underway.
Opting for a long flat serve to get us started. She's known for mixing her serves really, really well.
Love 2.
Another left-right combination, of course, like we saw in the last game. Last match between Mitsutani and Drinkle. Always has a certain different dynamic to it as well. The junior partner is the one who's got off to a good start here. Samara's forehand has a certain amount of venom in it. Certainly kicking off the table as well.
She plays with her arm a little bit closer to her body so she can deviate a little bit more spin.
3-all.
And Socks uncharacteristically quiet at the minute.
Yeah, it's a little bit understated. That's the loudest and possibly shrillest Choi shout. Certainly in T2. She's a real little live wire. Likes to get herself underway nice and quickly, but it's not quite happened here. That's better. She'll be happy with that. See what Samara's trying to do. Hit it early. Tackle the arc. But she hit it long. 5 apiece.
Socks known for her trademark little shot blocks on both sides of the table. She works it really well into the middle of the point.
Enjoying coverage wherever you're watching. The T2 Cavern, like I say, it's like 15,000 square feet. Not just the playing area, we've got practice areas. Offices, all sorts of things in this complex. Just one of a lot of studios here in Pinewood in Malaysia.
Samara just trying to take that ball a little bit early, didn't really get to grips with the bounce.
Yeah, just drifting away from the bat at the end, wasn't it?
Really isn't happy with the bounce of the ball, but chooses to use the same ball regardless.
The shots, he started so slowly, just has been piling up point after point, still has game point here. And that'll do it. A little bit of an understated first game from these two women. It was what, all of 3 minutes and 43. Bernadette Schox taking it against her compatriot by 11-6. And that's a well-needed win for Schox, and in particular Persson. Team Persson 9-11 down at the moment. Had a spin served into the body. Setting up the win. Bit of a long changeover from the first to the second game as well. Normally they're out quite quickly.
Lovely little serve coming around the left-hand side of the ball, adding a little bit of side top. Bernadette thought it was a little bit of backspin.
Just spotted my first fly of the day as well.
Well, they do have a leopard fly swatters.
I did notice that. I hear Freddie the Fly's gone from round 1 and 2.
I think you can thank Socks for that one. Executed on court.
Oh dear. Perhaps Freddie was on his last legs anyway. and just before we started this match, a spider just appeared just dropped from, I don't know where it came from, onto our table. I kindly let Ashley know that it was there, and she almost jumped out of her skin.
We have different creatures in the T2 cavern, that's for sure.
No snake seen so far in this part of Malaysia.
Two little shot blocks from Bernadette Schox. She really loves to mix the play, adding a little bit of change of spin and angle against Samara. Of course, these two practice a lot together, so they'll both know each other's games really well.
He's talking about unidentified animals around here. We're staying overlooking a little harbour in the hotel. Looked out the window, thought, yeah, that's a snake swimming through the water. I came to the conclusion it was in fact just a bit of flotsam. It's a bit like when I used to live in this part of the world. They used to have either crocodiles or logodiles. We always hoped it was a logodile, really. This is a nip and tuck second game. Samara hoping just to stay in touch after losing the last one. And again, looking to get in on the ball quickly. Didn't work for her in the first game, but she's a little bit more in tune now.
Samara is definitely a player that likes to play into her matches. She likes to try and get herself into a little bit of a rhythm. So she'll be hoping to compete in this game.
Long from shots, and there we go. A little bit of just starting to fire at the passion. Wasn't happy at all, was she? Had a lot of time to size that up as well.
Lovely little fear from Samara. A lot of deception. Changing and breaking her wrist last second.
6 years older. The Schox, of course. Samara should have the experience to hang into a match. And also knowing when to play that really fast backhand as well. Good change up. Helped by the net cord. Schox still in this game and has the serve as well.
Another little bit of deception there from Samara. Surprising though that Shocks hasn't adapted. She trains with Samara regularly, knows she likes to play her forehand down the line.
Try to make space for the forehand. She's a little bit tucked up, Shocks, and a game point to bring herself level in this match. And there it is. Just under 5 minutes for that second game. A little bit more even contest, that one, despite the scoreline. Samara just starting to show a little bit of authority there. A minute's timeout after the first 2 games. And the captain can call a timeout at any time, of course.
You know perfectly how to play. If you play a straight backhand, she's slow, yes? If you can just quick 1 to 4 and then
Is
down
that
to
a
backhand.
prototype goatee I can see on Morgan Pedersen?
When you make forehand, and more, not only like this, a little more.
I think it might be, you know.
Third game, serve to serve. Love all.
So, all level, a game apiece. Still, what, 15 and a bit minutes on the clock.
1 love.
A little bit more backspin injected into that serve from Shocks. Trademark Samara forehand though, playing another 2 fades in a row.
This time the backhand doing the damage. Yeah, that forehand, it doesn't seem to be, you know, particularly whippy or showy, but it does the job, doesn't it?
It's all about the angle created, I suppose. Gets a little bit more angle off the ball. The ball will deviate, making it difficult for our opponent.
That was a lovely, fast backhand from Shocks. She always looks so intent, doesn't she?
3-all.
We don't often see her missing a serve. Maybe to do with the fact she's a little bit flat at the minute, a little bit quieter than usual.
And we saw Soretta earlier conceding the match with a fault serve. That was horrible to see, for all concerned, really.
Shocks getting the grips a little bit with Samara's first forehand and second forehand shots. Samara injecting a little bit more topspin off the ball. Shocks not adapting, not coming over the ball with her forehand.
Almost like a training room, that, wasn't it? These two, as you say, do train together. Of course, for the left-hander, it won't be a forehand to forehand, it'll be forehand to backhand.
5-all.
You'd think they'd be used to each other's serve by now. Perhaps they hold a little bit back.
Always in practice, when you're 2 top athletes of your game, you hold a little bit of your serves back, a little bit of your shots back, just in case you ever need to play each other.
That one ended up in the third row of the stands. A bit nip and tuck, this one, this game.
Shocks getting a little bit frustrated, rushing her forehand. Samara just doing a little bit too much off the receive. She just needs to make sure the ball is clean and on the table. Get herself into the rally, give herself a chance.
7-8.
I guess it's a split-second decision, isn't it? When the serve comes, do I be ambitious and try and finish it here and now, or do I just, like you say, get a foothold, see how the point progresses?
9-7.
Ooh.
9-8.
Hit the edge of the table. And that's a couple of serves, wayward serves we've seen in this third game. Nice comeback though, eh?
Some lovely clean forehand down the line from Shox.
Gives her a couple of game points as well.
8-10.
A little bit overeager perhaps. Timeout called.
Timeout.
Straight up. There's Jürgen Persson. Didn't want the next point to be played before he'd broken some of Samara's progress, you could call it. She still is facing a game point. 10.5 minutes left in this
just
match.
Stay calm, yeah. If you don't you don't have to be so afraid if you don't make very good receive, yeah, but okay. Just play ball and table and this one, okay.
I don't know if you heard that. The Swede, the phlegmatic Swede said, don't get so excited. Play a boring point on this one. Make sure you win it.
10-all.
I'm not sure it worked. Next point wins this one. We don't have the 2-point cushion. No juice here. Oh, and Samara has come back. The timeout was for nothing. And what a brilliant display from Samara. Kept very calm.
She was definitely more the attacking of the two, came out aggressive in those 2 points. You've got a fear of her,
because in the beginning,
the braver player.
Yeah, but in the beginning you
You
play
choose to
always
sit
up,
back and let the opponent attack. 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose the point.
I just don't, if you're saying be calm, don't get too excitable, perhaps you're not being aggressive enough.
Fourth game, Samara to serve.
It's one of our many crew members here, bringing you our coverage. Hope you're enjoying it. I'm giving you the best seat in the house, wherever you may be. Less than 10 minutes to go. Sox from 1 up finds herself 2 games to 1 down.
You can see the ball kicking out there of another fade forehand from Samara. She really does get a beautiful angle every time she plays that shot.
Glides around the table, doesn't she? Not her best, and that wasn't her best. She seems to have all the time in the world. Putting as much as she could into that forehand. Better from Sox. She has a really distinctive forehand. Slightly crooked hand as it comes through, but whips it through beautifully.
Shox confused by the positioning of the ball there. I don't know what exactly she must have thought.
2-4.
There is Das Carlson, who has the, it is a horrible little ligament strain on the ankle. It's like a balloon at the moment, like a black and blue balloon. He's stayed here throughout the session, keeping his support for the team. This is a really tight match, this one, between these two Romanians.
For me, though, Stocks has just been a little bit of flatter of the two. She plays with a lot of passion, a lot of aggression, and for me, it's just not coming out at the minute.
4-6.
Yeah, Samara a little more languid. All things are relative in table tennis, of course. Sox like a jack in the box. It's her personality, it's the way she plays, but like you say, it's just needs a little bit more calmness, as her captain was saying. Frenetic doesn't always work.
7-5.
Still in this game though.
Samara serving a little bit loose there. Maybe caught the ball a little bit too harsh. Too much contact off the serve.
Oh yes.
7-all.
That's when she was at best. Quickly in. There's that ankle. Didn't quite get a catch of it there. I think you saw his good ankle from there.
8-7.
This is a real nip and tuck game and match. Keep an eye on the clock. Just over 5 minutes. We'll probably get another one in, so it could go either way.
7-9.
This is excellent from Sox. A good comeback in this game.
Time out.
Timeout call this time from Team Rossi, and Samara is the one who just needs a bit of counselling.
Forget it. Yeah? You have to serve now. Yeah? So still try to play short, yeah? So you can do the upspin. Yeah? And if you flip, go for the ball. Yeah? You played well to this spot. Start on half long. It's good to start. Yeah? And she's waiting in the middle. A little bit more to the corner.
She's waiting in the middle.
Come on, Ellie.
Play it to the sides. If only it was that simple.
9.
Turn, get your forehand in.
He definitely said she's playing through the middle, just to get the angle sorted. So, good comeback and a good timeout, good captaincy. Oh, right into the body. Well, I was looking to say you can't ignore your captain and play it into the body when you need to, and she has the game point to make it 3-1. And she's done it as well.
9.
And you can see the reaction from Sox, who had all the chance in the world to make it 2-2. And now we're not in the kill zone, so it could be even worse if it carries on with Samara's experience and calm head.
Same story again in that last game. Samara just coming out of the timeout, more aggressive, trying to dominate the table. Sox letting her. And you can see what it means there to Samara. She's fully in this game, ready for the fight.
Then she's ready. Yeah?
Come on. Players. 5th game. Serve to serve. Love all.
Clock's still ticking down. There is time for perhaps a whole game in here. We'll see.
1 love.
Certainly the first game took less than the time on the clock, still on the clock at the moment.
Love 2. One, 2.
I think Sox coming out with the attitude, well, I've got to do something. Let's not try and hold back in this one.
No, she can win this one convincingly. You might have time for another one.
Oh.
Worst case scenario, if she can win this and you don't lose by too many, of course we all the end of the day, talk about games won.
3-2.
$1,000 to the winner, of course, as well as the points and the chance to go to that grand final at the end. So if you win your matches all 3 days, you go home, probably afford to buy the round.
Lovely little last minute change for Samara. Looked like she was going to push that return and opted for the flick instead. A little bit of deception from the more experienced Romanian.
3-4.
Doesn't have to always be power, can be guile as well at times. Bit of net there, I think. Apology from Sox. We're going to time ourselves out on this game, aren't we? The question is who will be ahead on that last point.
5-3.
Lovely little flat flick from Shock there.
Is it time? Was it all a test the referee's patience? Take your time. Didn't look like it, to be fair.
Well, knowing Shock, she's very competitive. She'll want to race away with this one and try to get into the kill zone to try and level up.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, that backhand at last, firing. Excellent from Samara. Stood tall, stayed at the table. Samara will take all the time in the world, I think, just to run the clock down a bit. 15 seconds between points, of course, but apparently that's only a guideline. At this point of a match, a referee can tell the players to hurry up even quicker than that.
7-5.
Every 6 points can take the towel break, and they will do, and run the clock down here. So this may be the last point. It's still surprising in a way that Samara took the towel. You could possibly take it back to 7-all. Well, how long will Sox take to take this serve? There you go. Ran the clock down and took that game. She won't win the match, but she'll get another game under her belt. Otherwise, you'd have to go to a tie-break. Winner takes all point. Didn't come to that. And Samara takes the match. Sox the last game by the narrowest of margins. And Rossi, Team Rossi, still have a good cushion over Team Persson, with one more match to go in this session.
The forehand winners, 15 from Samara, which isn't surprising. But backhand winners from Bernadette Shock, always up there. That's her favourite shot to play. It's always consistent.
I think it's probably fair to say this match between the two Romanians never really caught fire. Neither player able to pull out their best table tennis, but there were some moments, certainly Samara working the table, makes it look so easy as well, and occasionally you'd see Shocks that whipped backhand, and of course that really quick forehand as well came into play. But as the match progressed, it was Samara who seemed to take control, won the second, third and fourth. Came close to sneaking that fifth game as well, but she'll take the $1,000 bonus for winning the match. And Sox, I think, will be grateful that she snuck the shortened timed fifth game as well. And it, in the end, 3-2 to Samara over Sox in the battle of the Romanians.
Welcome back. Now we're with Ellie, who is the winner of the last match. Ellie, usually against your country fellow or, you know, a team player, not to mention that you know each other so well about her style and so forth, very difficult. How did you set a difference in between, really?
It was very ugly game to say, because we know, so, but she was playing...
Exactly.
She was playing good, but I think I was a little bit better and more of luck, but it was not so nice game to say, because we are, from the same
club.
Yeah, Romanian, so it's hard, but someone has to win.
Exactly. A win is a win here. Of course, obviously, your team right now is also leading. You must be really pleased.
We still have one more match, so we will see.
All right, exactly. Talking about one more match. All right, stick around. When we come back, Game 6.
A warm welcome back to T2 Asia Pacific Table Tennis League right here live from Iskandar Johor Bahru. We're moving into the last match of this fixture between Team Rossi and Team Person. As of right now, Rossi is leading 14 to Person's 10. Let's get in the last men who will be appearing on court. Okay, can we have Jun Mizutani and Dmitry Ocharov back on stage? Both players have already been featured in their first match. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, they will be going in action once again, but this time against a different opponent. So let's go straight into the coin toss. If I could have both gentlemen to join me on court right now to handle the coin toss. And by virtue of Dmitry, having secured a win just now will allow you to determine which side of the coin do you want.
White, please. No?
There isn't a white, Dmitry. It's either black or red.
Red, please.
Red, all right. Is it going to be red or? It's black. So Jun, you go first.
Well, they've already had a game. They're going to have another one. These two, just to let you know, if you didn't catch what the explanation, Matthias Carlsen, who is on the bench, is injured. We saw him. I saw him at the hotel yesterday in the pool. I said, how are things? He went, not so good. Lifted up the leg out of the water, and it was a big mess. He injured it in training on Friday. Flew from Stockholm. Couldn't have helped too much to see whether he was in the practice hall earlier on as well, but couldn't quite manage the game. He wasn't moving, he was just standing stock still and playing the ball back, and he knows that it's not going to be good enough. And he would have been facing Xu Fei, the replacement for Shan Kun. Unfortunately, a few travel issues. He's not here at the moment. We're hoping he will arrive later on tonight, ready for tomorrow. So we will wait and see. And obviously, in their place, we have Mitsutani and Ovtcharov as well.
This will be an interesting game. We've seen Mitsutani play Paul Drinkel already against another powerful player, so we'll see if Ovtcharov can outpower Mitsutani as well. These are great friends off the table too, of course.
Ovtcharov, 28-year-old, Mitsutani, same age as well, the Japanese athlete. Ovtcharov, not the tallest by any stretch of the imagination of the players here in T2, but he's a towering presence at the table. A bit more wiry than Mitsutani. Oh, took the edge of the table. Certainly a powerful player as well. Didn't he do well to get that ball back over the table? Well, it doesn't have to go over the net as long as it goes round and lands on some of the top part of the table. If it hits the side, it doesn't count. Sometimes a conversation can ensue as to whether it was a legal bounce or not.
The classic Mitsutani here disappearing away from the table, playing a little bit defensive.
A lovely serving up an inside-out serve. Rushes the receiver, I think, is fair to say.
The two of these players are definitely two of the best servers in the world at the minute.
I'm trying to recall the rules here with the subs. They don't get personal points. The team get the points. Obviously, Carlson and Shu don't get the points either. Do they get the money?
Oh, I think they do get the money.
Yeah, there you go. They'll be trying hard, don't you worry. For the team, and perhaps for a little bit of cash in the pocket as well. That's a good opening.
Quick flip for the other ball. Really wants to move ahead, try to get more points for his team. Lovely little play from Mitsutani there. Definitely coming out in this match and being more aggressive, trying to open the play up a little bit more.
5-7.
Tight this one, with Ostrov just ahead, and standing in for Shu.
Lovely little pendulum shot serve there from Ostrov. Interesting to see which serve he opts for against each opponent. Clearly thinking one serve is good for one opponent, one serve is good for another. Rushing that forehand flick slightly, a little bit more spin in the serve than he expected.
Tight first game, this one, over 5 minutes already. Nicely done by Mitsutani, and well, both I think quite happily take the towel, and Ovtcharov will take as much time as he possibly can, being ushered back. Li Chang, referee. Well, you'd expect him to take it on the forehand. He skipped around and just thrashed it cross court on the backhand. And a game point then for Mitsutani. And he takes it as well. Well, he came back very well there. And it is Mitsutani who's substituting for Mathias Carlsen, who takes the first game. And Ovtcharov, who started well, will have to lick his wounds and try and start again. Good footwork by the big man.
Just confused slightly by the bounce of the ball. Checking up, not arriving to his racket.
So just to confirm, even though on our graphics you're seeing Carlsen and Shu, those are the two players who, for injury and for a few travel issues, can't make it to the table. Mitsutani and Ovtcharov playing the second game, the second match of this session, the last game of the session.
Yes. Lovely flat flick from Ovtcharov there. Mitsutani not reading it, not putting enough spin on the ball to get it over the net.
Yeah,
compensated there slightly, playing a little bit higher. Not good enough against Ovtcharov at this level though.
Oh.
Right in line of sight of the serve there. Didn't half swerve late.
Lovely little change of angle there from Mitsutani. Ovtcharov just not moving and adapting to the ball.
And yeah, Mitsutani a bit of a roll at the moment. Great exchange, really good power and pace from both these men. And there's Mitsutani, who is 2 ahead, and then representing Carlsen, who's sat watching.
4-2.
Should have his leg elevated, he just sat there. What do I know?
Whoa! Oh! Oh!
Better from Ovtcharov.
Another flat flick from the Ovtcharov racket. Uses that style of play really, really well.
Got so many distinctive serves, hasn't he? And of course, that serve that made the time 50 great inventions of what year was it? I'm trying to remember now. Not long ago, anyway.
4-6.
It's Ovtcharov who's having a good run. That actually is what's known in the business as a commentator's curse, I believe. Didn't get that at all right, did he? Off it flew. It's tough.
Did a straight round there though. Didn't need his forehand, but he was in prime position, ready to take one if needs be.
Nicely done for Ovtcharov. Sometimes just the flat back can do the trick. Put himself in a winning position.
Lovely little top spin serve there, a little bit of a change of action on the pendulum serve. Just trying to mix up the play.
It's just enough, wasn't it, to see Mitsutani miss his mark. And he's done it again. 5 game points for Ovtcharov. Substituting for Swiftway. And that's gone long as well. 6-minute first game, a 4:45 second game. Certainly a lot easier for Ovtcharov, and he levels this match at a game apiece. Well, we're all having a party here. Ashley's throwing some moves.
Okay.
And the only 2 people paying attention, I think, in between the points, Mitsutani and Ovtcharov, taking some advice from their team captains. We're all eyes and ears now.
Great opening spotting forehand from Mitsutani.
Yeah, given the way he was swept away at the end of the last game, very important statement of intent, really.
Both players are excellent mentally.
1-all.
Pendulum serve just drifting long to the Mitsutani forehand. I don't know if he planned on that or it was a little bit of an unforced error.
3-1.
Mitsutani, didn't he just hang on and waited, played the shot perfectly. Straight at the body, swerved and followed him like a missile.
Looks like a little bit of a thin edge. Let's see if it was. Yeah, just slightly deviating off the side of the table.
2-4.
A wry little smile from Ovtcharov there. Knew what he did to miss that. Need to play a little bit more over the ball. Full stroke, not a half stroke.
Keen to sound the forehand. Good flexibility from the German.
5-3.
Lovely little inside out forehand there from Mitsutani, using all of the table.
Players play on 6-3.
Well, you've seen the same exchange in the last few points. This time, it was a victory for Ovtcharov. Pulls him back.
4-7.
Mitsutani ahead in this game, this third game.
A lot of power injected through the forearm of Ovtcharov.
Asharov, please come back. 7-5.
Referee urging the players back to the table. A roving camera.
Hey.
I should away. Give me some great shots.
Net. 7-5.
What a great bit of defence from Mitsutani. And Ovtcharov will be very disappointed if he didn't capitalise. Spinning.
Ovtcharov just a little bit flat in the last 2 points, not moving his body around the ball enough, just a little bit slower in the last couple of exchanges.
And again, not finding his range. Can't switch off at all, can you, at this level? Better. Both these players, of course, came back from Rio with Olympic Games medals. He's hanging in there. A man with 1 silver, 2 bronze at the last Olympic Games. Against the man who got the bronze in singles, of course. got over the line eventually, did Mitsutani. And he takes the third game, 11-7. It's long from Ovcharov. That's how it looks at the moment.
And with forehand, you're still a little late.
Mitsutani in for Carlsen.
The ball.
Up by 2 games
That's
to
why
1.
you make mistakes. You must maybe.
Gorbachev,
Okay, try.
who of course is the Chouffet substitute as well.
Da kannst du ein bisschen aggressiver spielen, da ist nichts Besonderes.
So then, 7 minutes on the clock. And will we get more than one game in? I suspect so, unless it's a really long one. Could be a kill zone game, the last one though, if it's within the 2 minutes when we get there.
Lovely little slow spin up from Ovcharov, followed by an absolute powerhouse of a forehand. Mixes the speeds and spins really, really well.
Great comeback from Mitsutani. Really is venom in that forehand. I don't know about that for a backhand. Was that just instinct, do you think?
Yeah, half of it was thinking, I've got to pick one side of the table. Let's have a little bit of a guess.
Didn't just put his back there, did he? He played that and placed it. Leaving us mere mortals with a mouth slightly agog. Such fast hands, and of course, by the time it's come over the net, you've made your decision. This is good for Mitsutani. Crucial 4th game, because I think we'll get to a 5th as well. Start this game just over 7 minutes on the clock. Our longest so far has been just 6 minutes and a second. Having said that, this is already heading towards 3 minutes. It's 4 apiece. Just to clarify, that's 3 minutes of the game.
1 minute.
4:45 is where the clock is stopped and the timeout is taken.
And then you come over the ball. You hit a little heavy sometimes, pretty much quick. And stay with backhand, yeah. This service was good. This one I like when you make this little off. It's coming, it's good.
That serve he liked, apparently. Stay with backhand. I think I heard him rightly say stay with backhand. We will see the next few points. A bit noisy in the cabin at times, in the timeouts.
Lovely little backhand over the table action from Mitsutani. Definitely has fine-tuned that backhand from round 2.
7-4.
A little bit of frustration from the Ovcharov racket.
That was very nice indeed. Hit that one sweetly. Team Rossi doing the clapping there. Tell you, when Igor Rosskopf gets going, his hand clap probably in Asia. Oh! Was that long? Off? I think it was, wasn't it? And all the time in the world as well.
Just caught it, too much contact, didn't take care of the ball, he thought he had it.
This time, it's Mitsutani who's found wanting.
He didn't rotate fully into that forehand shot, his hip a little bit tight. Lovely little backhand over the table from Ovtcharov though, choosing to play down the line.
Timeout. 1 minute.
Timeout is called with just over 3 on the clock. It's a real tight one, isn't it? Might as well play the timeout. You've got it in your pocket. Just to let you know, it might be referee's right hand. There's a little table down there. And there's a red and a yellow card. We haven't seen a red or a yellow. I think you did in round 2 quite a bit, didn't you?
We did in round 2. That belonged to Mr. Alexander Shabayev against Vladimir Samsonov.
I bet that was a fiery encounter.
Not so much fiery, but a little bit of tactics going on. Alex choosing to try run down the clock. I don't think Samsonov is too happy.
Yellow card is a warning. Red card, you lose a point. Just so you know. Should it come to that? 7-9. Satani in the driving seat at the moment. 2-1 up. 9-7 up.
A lovely little backhand hold from Mitsutani. Has put that on display a lot through this match.
It's almost as if he sees everything in slow motion. He's done it again. Excellent work from Mitsutani. And he will take the 4th game here. 3-1 up.
Good when you stay.
2:25, just outside the kill zone, so we'll still be on the clock when we come back.
If you're active, it's back, and if you can get pressure straight.
He loves that backhand, whips it across. And that's what it looks like at the moment. And I'll tell you what, if Mitsutani, representing Carlsen, can win this 2-minute game as it is, then it's just a point between Team Persson and Team Rossi in this session. Last game of the session, of course. Oh, he's done it again. That's something out of the Matrix, this. Interesting though, isn't it? Mitsutani not chopping the ball from distance, throwing the top spin on it, and in the end it was a bit of a weak shot that put Ovtcharov back into this game.
Next, 1-all.
Ball deviating slightly from the Mitsutani racket. The angle confusing Ovtcharov.
It's long again.
Thin edge there from Ovtcharov.
See, I'm glad you got the eyes. I missed that completely.
Next, 2-all.
In my defence, it was the thinnest of thin edges.
It was.
At our end as well.
3-2.
Ovtcharov showing his frustration. He will be frustrated though. The last time these two met in round 1, Ovtcharov did win 2-1.
If he can level it up here. Here we go. In effect, we have ourselves a tie-break point. We're going to run the clock down. Brace yourself for the buzzer. There it is.
Sudden death.
Sudden death. Tie-break. This game just relies on this 1 point. And he was going to attack all the way, wasn't he, Mitsutani? And there was a chance for Ovtcharov to make it 3-2. Wasn't to be. 4-1. Convincing for Yun Mitsutani, standing in for Matthias Carlsen, who I'm sure enjoyed that display. He certainly enjoyed it. Mitsutani lost narrowly on the last point to Paul Drinkel. Secures the 4th game on the last point to Ovtcharov, and a 4-1 win as well.
Congratulations, first victory.
Chance for the players to congratulate and shake hands. This is how it looks, and you can see Mitsutani, I'm sure that isn't Matthias Carlsen, the substitute, winning stats and winning comfortably in the game as well. Just not at his best, Ovtcharov, the man who won so convincing against Ju Sehok in his own game.
All credit to Mitsutani though. Came out after losing against Paul Drinkel. Composed himself, played really well.
The good thing about 24-minute matches is he'll still have some in the tank. Not like a more traditional long set, long match, 3-hour job. That's the beauty of T2 in many ways. That backhand was marvellous, kept him going and brought him to a 4-1 win over Dmitry Ovtcharov.
Here with the winning captain, Jörg Roskopf from Team Rossi, winning by only a point margin, but I still have to say, Glückwünsche, congratulations for winning. Did you expect the last result?
Yeah, it was all the way, it was close, and we are very happy to won finally a match, and yeah, we got 15 sets, so it's a new record for us, and we are fighting for the next one.
Like I said, congratulations, and let's talk about the next one. You know, what would you say to your players? They did a good job today, but next, what do you expect of them?
Yeah, it's always tough here because very strong players here, and yeah, I think it was a really nice game from both of us, and hopefully we can go on tomorrow. It will be tomorrow in the next match against Team JJ, and yeah, very difficult for us, but we can live really strong with these 15 sets.
Thank you so much, team captain of Team Rossi, Jörg Roskopf, for that input. Now, as it turns out, Team Rossi won by only a point margin. Before that last match, they had a wider gap, but at the end of the day, a win is still a win.
Absolutely. Of course, both teams, as the coach just mentioned, or Captain Rossi just mentioned, momentum is right there. Keep going. We have 3 more days to go, really. And let's check out, before we wrap up the whole thing, check out the standings right now of the individuals and also the teams right after this afternoon's fixture. Let's see. So far, actually, Team Person, and really, they're not doing the terribly bad job at all. Still leading, and closely followed by Team Maze. Right
and
there.
Team Rossi is definitely catching up to second place after today's victory. Let's take a look at the men's standing after today's fixture concluded. Dmitry Ovtcharov leading the leaderboard.
Well, obviously, today with his 2 matches playing out, he did a fantastic job. It is the bottom 6 right now. Jun obviously earned some points as well after the last match right there.
Now moving on to the women's leaderboard. Leading right now is Wang Manyu from China. Games 1, 26, followed closely by Sun Yingsha.
Well, obviously, these 2 players are replacing both, actually, Ding Ying and Wu Yang right there on behalf of China. And these are the bottom 6 right there. And of course, a lot to still follow, especially tonight. We have 1 more fixture to go. And this is the result of this afternoon's action.
Very interesting stuff from Wang Manyu, giving a huge margin, starting Team Person out really good. But then Dmitry Ovtcharov sort of canceled out that benefit.
Indeed, after this afternoon's fixture, obviously, we mentioned that tonight we still have 1 more fixture unfolding featuring Team Maze and Team JJ. A lot
So the
to look forward to.
conclusion, yes, today is Team Rossi are the victors, winning 15-14. But don't go anywhere as our next fixture starts at 7 p.m. Malaysian time.
Indeed, less than 2 hours, another round of action will start. Be sure to join us if you can. All right, that wraps up this afternoon's action. Thank you so much for being with us, and also my thanks to my partner and co-host Jun as well. And take care. We'll see you hopefully later on.